Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for December 21st, 2012. Well, here in Ohio, it's cold, it's windy, and it's snowing a little bit. It's very, very nasty outside. And I can see that in New York, at least on Wall Street, things are looking a little nasty there too. Our politicians, totally dysfunctional, unable to come to any sort of agreement. We haven't had a budget for the last 4 years. And there's all sorts of dis and misinformation going on out there. And the markets are, at least appear to be, reacting appropriately. And you can bet that there is going to be a nice little pop in this VIX today. There's a lot of fear, and I'm feeling it too. All right, let's take a look at where we are and what we should do. Chipotle, this is that leftover put side of the Iron Condor that I am going to get out of today. Anything that looks in the least bit bullish, I'm getting out of. That includes Panera also. I don't care. I'm just getting out. I may end up flat on this. Depends on what Panera does today. With the increase in volatility, remember we talked about the white line sinking when volatility increases, except for calendars, of course. So that is a good indicator that we are going to get out. Let's take a look at the Profit 10 portfolio and how it might be impacted by moves today and maybe over the next week, which, that's right, I was going to check the schedule, wasn't I? I'm going to pause this and check the schedule. Hang on. All right, I looked it up and here's the schedule. Monday, the market will close at 1 p.m. Eastern Time or New York time. And Tuesday it will be closed all day. And I'll let you know next week what the schedule is for New Year's, because that's, I think it's something similar, probably a 1 p.m. closing on Monday and closed all day Tuesday. All right, so with that in mind, let's take a look at the Profit 10 portfolio. We don't need NQ in here. We want to beta weight that to SPY, hide simulations, portfolio, and we'll take these old December things out of here and the calendar. Where is that other calendar one? Right here. Okay. All right, reset the slices. Here we are. This is where we're at right now with the Profit 10 portfolio. We're a little hot, or on the high side with our delta. It says negative, but that means that our risk is to the upside. Now, this is the current price. It's not the close from yesterday, is 144. This is the current price, 142. If you look at the E-mini S&Ps, or the ES, you can see it's at 1420.50, roughly equivalent to this 142.34. So if we, if we double this today, which after the market opens definitely is a possibility, and we double this to 40, it could easily drop 3% or more, even 50, which would bring us to 1370, so 137 would be down here. This is just speculating on what might happen today. That would make us positive 100 deltas and put us in a very risky zone, because I don't believe the market is going to recover from this anytime before the end of the year. So I think we're going to go into a deep dive. E-mini at 1370 is definitely a possibility. Let's take a look at a chart. 1370 we were talking about. And that's only down here, and we could do that in a couple of days and look at overnight 1391. I think this is when this says 7:12 Eastern time, which I think is when Congress walked out and went home for the holidays. So we could go back down there to that point, 1391, if we move this to 1391, weight this back to the SPY, reset slices, go to 139, and we'd be looking pretty good, but you know, this volatility is going to pop up, so you know, we may end up flat, and maybe the smart thing might be to get out and just rely on our insurance policy, which is that calendar, and just work on that. Let's take a look at that right quick. We'll go to single symbol, and this is calendars in the Qs. Single symbol, Qs. All right, we have a lot of Qs here we need to get rid of. So let's get rid of those and just turn on the calendar. I could do it in the other account just as quick. All right, so on the calendar, if we get a volatility pop, well then it's entirely possible that this white line may even jump out above the red line. So let's say that we get an IV pop of 10%. And now all of a sudden we make $82 for the day, and out of that whole calendar we're only down 2209. So if we're looking at the Qs and what might happen with the Qs, say we come down here and we, you know, in the a week from today, we test this 61.99. We could end up making a little bit of money off of this insurance policy. Let's hope it doesn't get any worse than that. Okay, so again, my advice to anyone, if you have any bullish positions on, except in the VIX, of course, I would get out, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that today, first thing. And then we're going to look at some bearish trades here. I think, if I remember right, Apple might look kind of promising here. So let's go and take a look at the A+ list right quick and see if there's anything that looks like it might be positioning itself for a bearish trade. Well, here we have midterm looking like a good one for a bearish trade. Let's take a look at Apple and see where it's at right now. 521. Ooh, yeah, it's going to gap down at the open. So there is definitely a possibility of doing something here. And I think I kind of set one up here. I was looking at a January 545, 550 bear call for $1.55 credit. But if we gap down this morning, I may have to slide that down a little bit, maybe $5 or $10, depends on where it opens. Amazon, remember she was looking kind of flat. We might be setting up, we have to watch this today. There might be all sorts of bear plays setting up today, because this could be considered one too. I mean, with the overall market headed down, I can't see anybody being able to swim against the stream. CF, we're already in Baidu, and we're going to get out of that. CF, again, midterm here. This is like a secondary, not as great a probability because it's only popped above 55 here, but this has possibilities too. And Chipotle we're in and we're getting out because we have a bullish play. Is there anything looking like it might set up here? Yeah, this also is looking good for a setup. I mean, it's all over the place. If we're going to go into a big slide, you can do just about anything. Google, yeah, Google might go swim against the stream a little bit. I don't know. Maybe not. MasterCard, I have a little bit of a sinus issue here. I was going to review this today, but I'm not going to because I think the movement in the market is a little bit more important. I was going to review a previous trade, but I'll do that when it quiets down next week. Priceline, yeah, it might be setting up too for a medium-term January type expiration. Panera, last one. Panera, yeah, I think it's way overextended up here. Way overbought. So I think that's a good idea to get out of that today too, and I may just flip that one around. So that's it. Too many alerts to set. I don't want my phone going ape this morning. I'm going to pick and choose carefully. Highest probability, and probably go in sort of heavy and hope that they haven't accounted for all the decay that's going to happen over the holidays. Again, that holiday schedule is markets close at 1 o'clock on Monday, Eastern Time, and closed all day Tuesday. And trading is going to be pretty light next week unless we're going down the tubes, and then trading will be heavy, regardless of whether people want a vacation or not. All right, so that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. We're going to be bears. Happy trading.